This is the lower portion of the food forest in the front yard. I'll give you a quick overview of all the different fruits that are in here. This is one of the two goji berries. There's a thornless blackberry next to it. Blueberry, rabbit eye variety right now. Another goji berry, a little more established on the roots. The thornless blackberry has spread and goes lengthwise for the entire garden there. Continuing this row, a more rabbit eye variety of blackberries or blueberries. Another blueberry next to it. Another blueberries with fruits on there. I got a white grapevine. There's broadleaves there next to the flowers. And this row, some more of the thornless blackberry. Thornless blackberry, same rabbit eye variety of the blueberries there. More thornless blackberry. So Viking berry, it flowered this year and it's got fruit on the end. Here you got one of the two Marge elderberries. That's blooming. There's the second one over here. A row of reseeded annual wildflowers. Another Viking berry. It's 2 of 4. Third one's over here. And then the fourth one is behind those purple flowers over there. That's it for the upper garden. We've got it fenced with electric netting so the deer don't come in here and eat everything. This is the upper portion of the food forest. Currently have a gate to get in through the electric netting. I usually step over the side. Lots of growth here. We've got a reseeding annual cover crop. It's cool season now. Hairy vetch, crimson clover, Austrian winter peas included in that. This first tree here is a summer crisp pear tree. It's in its second year. It's grafted. Should fruit as soon as next year. Another thornless blackberry. It's a Bosque pear tree. It fruited the past 2 years. The late freeze this year caused an issue with the blooms and it didn't produce any fruit. Evergreen raspberry. Santa Rosa plum tree. It produced last year. The freeze killed all the fruit on there this year. Another thornless blackberry with fruit on there currently. And it spreads by the roots, so it's starting to spread a little bit over here. Second year growth of the thornless blackberry. This is a Toka bubblegum tree. It's a pollinator and produces fruit. Again, the freeze killed all the fruit on there. Seen several ladybugs on there. This is a reseeding annual flower for the pollinators. And then the second Toka bubblegum plum tree. Starting in the second row, the upper food forest. It's a Methley plum, first year in production. Rainier cherry tree when the deer jumped the fence and had a little snack. It should regrow here. Outside the fence, this is a Wenatchee apricot and the same type right next to it. Crepe myrtle, 1 of 5 up here. We've got inside the fence over here. Apple trees, I'll go through it in a little bit. A 3-year-old plum tree started out from a 5-gallon planter. It's now over 10 feet tall. Upper row, we've got a nectarine tree, or Alberta peach. Another summer crisp pear tree. It's its 3rd year here. Another crepe myrtle. Oh, rabbits. Peach tree. Cana. It dies back in the wintertime. It makes beautiful tall plants with pink flowers. It's part of the thornless blackberries. We've got a couple thousand of these. So they keep expanding every year. Nectarine tree. More growth of the thornless blackberry. It's been spreading from the house towards the upper part of the garden. With a crepe myrtle. Continuation of the thornless blackberries. Lots of fruit on all of these. Continues over to here. A couple more runners came out this way. Got some more of our pollinator mix up here. Let's see the purple flowers coming in. Part of that we had the hairy vetch, crimson clover, and a couple other things. About 2 years ago, after we ran the chickens up here, we got a native flower that came up out of nowhere. It's the stalks from last year. It makes a whitish pink pom-pom shaped flower. Continuing along the east side, it's the final crepe myrtle. Got a mature Juneberry tree, or serviceberry, produces berries for birds in June. It's a native American pawpaw, one of two. This is going to be a rootstock for a peach or nectarine tree. Everbearing raspberry, that one on the other side. And the seconds of the American pawpaws, and more rootstock for a peach or a nectarine tree. The final portion for the upper food forest. It's fenced in prior to the electric netting. The fence closes by grabbing onto this wire here and rolling around and attaching to the back side of that, and it locks in. Never had any deer come in here. This is a Gala apple. It's the first year to produce apples. We've got a couple in there right now. It's grown through the fence. There's a couple there, and a couple more further up in the tree. The rabbit eye variety of blueberries. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, 5 of those, and then a couple of pink lemonade blueberries over here to the left. Those aren't as productive, a little bit smaller. They've been produced every year. And they're ripe when they're fully pink. So it's number 2 and number 3 over there. More of the thornless blackberries. The mature black raspberry, it keeps spreading. It's produced berries for 3 years now. Birds love this. They're pinkish red now. They'll turn black when they're fully ripe. Next to this, we got a brown turkey fig. He got killed back the first year after we planted in 23, and has been growing up since there. Black raspberry expanded this way. It's more of the flowering yellow flowers that reseed on their own. And then a Honeycrisp apple tree. No fruit on this year due to freeze. More thornless blackberry. The big tree there is only 2 years old. It came up when the chickens ran through here. I guess they got fertile soil conditions. That is a native red mulberry tree that's been growing like crazy. Trellis of muscadine. It's a Hawk Vineyard from South Georgia variety muscadine. There's a second one, smaller one underneath the previous trellis. And then the figs, I'll get closer here in a second. You can see the figs on the Chicago Cold Hardy is produced. This is 3rd year producing. That's one of the many fruits of the Chicago Cold Hardy. There's another one in there. Each major branch has one on there. This is the first of the 3 crops for the year. Very top up there. See another one. So it's been a very productive tree. It's only in its 3rd year. It's a perspective from the southeast corner of the food forest. This entire area was just a bunch of dry wood chips and weeds and nothing else growing in here. And in the past 4 years, it's turned into good soil. We've imported 45 yards of organic soil from the city of Noonan, and then 120 yards of wood chips. We had the chickens help us compost over there. We put around the base of all the trees to help keep the moisture in and provide some organic material for them. There's a steep grading on this side of the hill. The chickens ran through this a couple weeks ago. I usually keep that covered with the leaf litter, and I've laid a bunch of logs to help reduce some of the erosion and to retain some moisture on the soil over here. I've been trying to practice good soil health practices, and because of that, we've got returning reseeding annuals, that gets larkspur, and a healthy bed of annual ryegrass along with the clover, hairy vetch. Back out to the exit. All right, this is the west side of the driveway. We've got 2 wonderful pomegranates, hardied on the USDA hardiness zone 7. 3rd year of growth for them. They started out very tiny, and they're almost 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall now. I always run a cover crop of them, especially the hairy vetch, to help feed some nitrogen and improve the soil. Second, the wonderful pomegranates. And then rootstock for stone fruit, nectarine, or peaches. It's fenced off because the deer have been eating on that. Got a nice passion flower on it last year. There's the seeds from it. This is the fenced-in area of the backyard, northwest side of the house. Ran a cover crop on it, cool season. Just terminated that and reseeded with warm season perennial grasses, and then some legumes, forbs, other grasses, buckwheat, trying to help support the pollinators. Had the same mix going up front. Celeste fig, slightly shaded, hasn't produced fruit yet, and it got freeze damage this year. We've got multiple cherries and one of 2 of the mulberry trees back here. Let me go through the gate. This entire area was covered with flowers earlier. So many bees, native bees, bumblebees, honeybees, European honeybees. Got 2 gardenias over here. I planted some bulbs. 2 geraniums, they're just now starting to grow. A couple other ones. One of the dogs tore us apart 4 years ago. We've nursed it back to health. It's been flowering the past couple years and it's grown again. Second of the gardenia. A couple of the ferns and some more bulbs starting to flower. And then this side over here as well. Southeast corner of this backyard. Got 2 Stella cherries, 1 black tartarin. A couple other varieties of cherries over here. And then back between those, further back, is an LSU purple fig. I get the freeze messed it up again this year, so it's regrowing. Probably not going to produce this year. And here is rootstock for a plum tree. There's the back of the house. You can see back to the lake. It's glowing right now. I should see some fireflies later. Got some protection around a couple fruit trees. There's the other mulberry tree back over there. The low bushes over there are lantana. They'll grow to about 8 or 9 feet tall and produce flowers. We've seen several hummingbirds there, as well as bees. More of the wonderful pomegranates. There's a second one over there. They got damaged by the freeze and they're starting to recover nicely now. So one of two brown turkey figs back here. We got a third one up top in the upper food force. This one, as you can tell, has been attacked by the deer. That's why we have it fenced off. If we're lucky, we'll see some deer here shortly. Use some leftover fence to exclude this brown turkey fig over here. A deer will eat the leaves through there. This is on the east side of the house. Rehabilitated. The line there is where the chickens were a couple days ago. Had them over there for a couple months to help compost in the area. This used to be nothing but rocks and bare soil over here. We ran a couple iterations of the chickens being over here, and some warm season, cool season cover crops by green cover and Hancock seed. Just reseeded with a warm season pollinator soil builder, and then some perennial grasses over here. About to cover it up with some straw and water it in. Maples, and there's a dogwood hiding back over there. Exclusion towards the other house. That's an overview for the food forest.